Welcome back to my channel. Today I am making a super loaded omelet recipe. This one is not your typical omelet recipe. This one right here is my favorite way of making omelet, loaded with veggies and extremely cheesy. Stay tuned to see how it's done and let's get started. To begin, I am going to show you guys the veggies I'll be using. Now you can use whatever veggies you want. For today's recipe, I'm using mushroom, onions, tomatoes, red bell pepper, green bell pepper. Also, I'll be using some bacon with 3 eggs. You will need some butter, unsalted. I will be using garlic, salt, and black pepper. Now let's get started. Now I am going to cook my bacon. Before you turn on your stove, make sure you place the bacon before, okay? So you don't burn yourself, okay? Once my bacon is nice and done, I am going to remove them, chop them up with a knife, and set them aside. Now moving on, in this cast iron, I am going to add 1 tablespoon unsalted butter. Once that is nice and melted, we're going in with the mushroom. Now, like I said, you can use whatever veggies you like to use, but I just wanted to have some veggies, lots of veggies in this recipe. That's why you see so many different varieties of vegetables. Now, the veggies that takes the longest is the mushroom, of course. We're going to cook it for about 1 to 3 minutes. Once it's nice and done and soft, we're going to remove it and move on to the next vegetable we're going to be cooking. Now I added more butter, and then we'll place our vegetable in there. Once that is nicely softened, okay, nice and cooked, we're going to season it with salt and pepper. Okay, season your veggies so we can have flavor in this omelet. So season it really good with salt and pepper, and then we're going to give it one last toss, and then we're going to remove it from the cast iron. Now you don't have to use veggies at all if you don't want to, but this is just a preference. This is what I wanted to cook this morning. Okay, now for the eggs, make sure it's nicely room temperature, okay? And then we're going to crack them. I usually remove that white residue, whatever it is, from the egg. It's just the Haitian in me. Just remove it if you want to, but I usually do. Once I am done removing it, I am going to take a whisk. Give it a nice whisk, okay? You're going to give it a really good whisk because we're trying to add air to the egg so it can be nice and fluffy. So whisk it for about a minute to 2. Once the egg white mixed with the yellow part of the egg, you'll be set to go, okay? Until you don't see any strip of the yellow into the white. It needs to be one color, just like that. Then we're going to add some more butter into our skillet. Then we're going to pour in the egg. Now make sure you cook this on medium low, okay? So you don't make overcooked scrambled egg, okay? So now I am going to season the omelet. I'm using garlic with salt. Just season it. You can add your pepper now if you want. Now what I am going to do is set the egg, okay? We're going to drag the edges of the egg in the middle of the egg, okay? We're going to set the egg. That will help the egg, the omelet, to be nice and fluffy and not thin. So once we add our vegetable on there, it's not going to sip through the egg, okay? If you know what I'm saying. So make sure it's nice. It's gonna be nice and thick and fluffy. So take your time with this. You don't have to rush. Use a rubber spatula, or you can use whatever you want. I was going back and forth with my wooden spoon and my rubber spatula because it just wasn't working. So I was using both at the same time. Now I'm adding my vegetables on there, and then I'll be adding the bacon. You can add cheese if you want. And now I am going in with sharp cheddar cheese with some Parmesan cheese, which is optional as well. I didn't have any shredded cheddar cheese, so I used, the regular one. We want to cover it so the steam can cook the cheese faster, and then once it is cooked, we're going to flip it over. Now don't worry, the omelet is not overcooked, guys. It's just the color from the veggies, that's why it's that color, but it's not overcooked. It's not overcooked or undercooked. So this is what it looks like once it is done. It is nice and juicy and cheesy, and it was absolutely delicious. All you need right now is some hot sauce, then you're good to go. I hope you guys enjoy it. Be sure to give the video a thumbs up for me if you did. Don't forget to leave a comment down below. Let me know, how do you make your omelet? How do you make yours? Let me know. Ooh, look at that. Nice and juicy and cheesy. My type of omelet. Thank you for watching. Be sure to hit the like button for me. I'll see you guys on my next one. Bye. Yum.